President Tokayev has renewed his call for reforming the United Nations, emphasizing this during the Doha Forum 2024 held in Qatar's capital. He underscored that the UN remains the most crucial organization with no viable alternatives, making it essential for middle powers to play a significant role in its reform. This call resonates with the Doha Forum's central theme, the innovation imperative, which highlights the need for fresh approaches to tackle long-standing global challenges.
There are not that many platforms for dialogue among political leaders, which is why last week the eyes of the world's media were fixed on Qatar's capital. The 22nd Doha Forum brought together a wide array of discussions, addressing pressing issues such as geopolitical challenges, economic development, peace-building, humanitarian crisis in conflict zones, and digital governance. This year's theme, the innovation imperative, set the tone for the event. In his opening address, the Prime Minister of Qatar noted that the forum represents the recognition of humanity's urgent challenges and the critical need for a vision that not only addresses current realities, but also anticipates future demands.
Esteemed audience, today we gather at a fateful crossroads for the entire world. Either we succumb to the cycle of violence that is ravaging many regions across the globe, including our own, or we innovate new methods and solutions that not only put an end to the current violence, but also lay a solid foundation for sustainable peace and equitable prosperity, ensuring stability for the future generations.
The President of Kazakhstan attended the forum's opening ceremony as an honored guest. During a special panel session, he introduced initiatives that broadened the forum's scope, drawing attention to the core challenges facing the modern world. He emphasized that the United Nations requires reforms to effectively address global threats, while reaffirming that there remains no alternative to the UN in today's world.
Unfortunately, major powers have failed to make the global world more secure, and current realities raise serious concerns for many nations, including Kazakhstan. Therefore, the United Nations requires reform. Bridges must be built between major powers, the absence of which has regrettably led to a stalemate in the Security Council. So-called middle powers, including Kazakhstan, can play a crucial role in promoting peace and security at both regional and global levels.
The head of state also shared his view on issues related to global trade disputes. Trade conflicts, including tariff measures and sanctions pressure, are far from the best solution and represent a highly questionable policy, said the President of Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, as a member of a World Trade Organization, strictly adheres to all norms and rules of this important trade and economic organization. We do not support barriers or conflicts. Kazakhstan avoids such confrontations as we maintain constructive and mutually beneficial relations with our neighbors and our states. Thus, I believe such issues are unlikely to affect our region. At the same time, we urge major powers to refrain from using such instruments of pressure.
As the forum unfolded, events in Syria were rapidly escalating, prompting participants to address the situation in the country. Turkish Minister of Foreign Affairs spoke about the importance of forming coalition government and maintaining the Astana negotiation format. Meanwhile, the UN Special Envoy for Syria urged restraint and called for efforts to prevent further bloodshed in the region.
The need for an orderly political transition has never been more urgent, starting with the urgent formation of inclusive and credible transitional arrangements in Syria. I reiterate my call for de-escalation, for calm, for the avoidance of bloodshed and the protection of civilians in line with international humanitarian law.
The Doha Forum 2024 marked the largest gathering in its history, bringing together over 4,500 participants from more than 140 countries. Among the attendees were heads of state, prime ministers, foreign ministers, academics and business leaders. As the forum concluded, participants reaffirmed their commitment to ongoing dialogue and collaboration in addressing global challenges. Daurin Sagulov, New Time.